Hello, hello, hello. Hi, family. We're back. Oh my God. One half of your aunties can never. I'm Auntie Sade.
And I'm Auntie Nana.
And we are doing the review for Love Island, the reunion that's just taken place on After Sun. I think it's After Sun, is After Sun, isn't it?
Yeah, it was
TV2.
after.
So obviously for season 9 of Love Island. And yeah, my gosh, it's been. We thought we was over. We thought it was over. Do you know what I mean? But then obviously we got this extra episode, which was great. And yeah, and we're on a bit of a high because we had our live show yesterday, and yeah, honestly, when the visuals come out, guys, make sure you go and watch it because yeah, it was definitely a night to remember. We had fun. But before we get into everything, let's make sure that if you're not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. And if you are, make sure you share it with people who are like-minded so they subscribe too. And then also hit that like button too, and get involved, leave a comment, get involved in the conversation. And remember, we are not therapists, we're not psychoanalysts, we're not relationship specialists. We're just two very opinionated aunties. So take what we're saying with a pinch of salt. It really isn't that deep. And if you have a real problem about this show, take it up with ITV2. They are the producers after all. So yeah, guys, let's go get into it. Or Auntie Nana, what did you think about
Um,
this? What was you expecting, first of all, from this reunion? What would you
you
say?
know what? I had high hopes, yeah, because it's like
Mm-hmm.
Maya's first season in totality. And I was
Yeah.
like, and there's been so much speculation that this season has been shit. So I
Mm-hmm.
was thinking, okay, ITV are going to pull out all the stops for this. So I had high hopes for it. And
Yeah.
overall, it was good. It was an all right show.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she did a brilliant job. My only thing was the start, was
Mm-hmm. Okay.
the musical act. Why?
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. No, I don't agree with you. I don't think it was great. I think Maya does a fantastic job, and Sam and India, they do a fantastic
Yes,
job of
yes, as a
drawing,
trio.
do you know what I mean? Like drawing uh meaning or information or good points out of very dry individuals. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like I think they were literally drawing it out, like they were working hard to get some nuggets.
They earned
Um
their money, definitely. They got work today. Definitely,
yeah,
definitely.
definitely. So yeah, but that musical act, that's what I said. My first note was that live performance. No, who chose this? Why? Whose idea was this? This is terrible. Absolutely terrible. I get that you have music to come out to. That's always nice. But like, I don't know, maybe I'm missing a trick or something or the memo about this group. But I was just like, what is this? What is
Switch,
this? This is so
disco, and no.
no, no, yeah. And to
Terrible.
add
Terrible.
insult to industry, they came on at the end as well. And I was just like, we've had enough. We already had enough. So,
At that point, as soon as she threw to them, I don't know if something else happened after that act because I left the room. I was
oh,
like, I'm not listening to these guys again. And yes, proceeded to get ready for this. Like, I'm
yeah.
not listening. This is they're the work.
I'm out. I'm out. So, first of all, so let's get into it. So Maya comes out. What did you think of her outfit? Let's start there. Did you like it?
Loved it.
Serious?
I loved it. Yes, yes. I thought yeah, I just thought she looked amazing. I thought she had given us dresses all the way through, and I quite liked the switch up in style to a more kind of like serious but sexy look. I was like, yes, I like the direction that they went in. Beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah.
I not so much for me. I just thought like I like the idea of it being like that serious, and then do you know what I mean for this because it's like a big sit down and stuff. However, I just thought it was drowning her a little bit. Like I just thought it was like too much here, like on sorry, my blow background, but on the shoulders it was a bit too much for me. So yeah, I think I would just obviously at the montage at the end where they showed all of her different outfits, I was just like, oh my god, she has been slaying though. But that was probably one of the weaker ones, I think. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. didn't really like it. I thought India looked cute as well, kind of thing. Give me a bit of a Nicki Minaj type feel. And I like the contrast between the two of them as well, kind of thing. So, yeah.
I liked India's hair. I didn't like the top so much. And the thing with the top was, it was more, I could see that she wasn't wholly comfortable. So from time to time, she kept on pulling it. And it's like, she just hasn't been that way before. And it's, so for me as a stylist, I'd be like, that isn't the right top for you because you're not comfortable in it. That was my only thing with her. But I loved her blonde, her pink wig. I thought it looked wicked. Like, everything face-wise on India, I thought was amazing. Face and hair, I think she's just done the job. Clothing, I'm not too sure. I still think she's finding her. Maybe I don't like her style choices.
I would love to have seen a India montage as well, actually. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would have liked to have seen that just so we could see the different looks, because she's been slaying too. Like, she's definitely held her own. She's definitely experimenting and finding herself, which you would expect, like, given her career's only literally started, like, you know, like, on TV anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously she's doing stuff in the influencer space before that, but yeah. So yeah, I think like the general like first montage that they had of like, them all coming home together, I thought that was cute. I thought that was cute. When you could see everyone's like family and friends and stuff, it was very telling and what I thought. Do you know what I mean? No one surprised me. Yeah, wasn't it? It was Shaq's dad, no?
Sure. I just had put a question like, is that Shaq's dad? He didn't particularly go up to him and say, Dad, or so I wasn't sure, but it looked like he would be in Shaq's dad's age range.
He was like, he looked like his twin. Like, they look identical. Like, serious.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, but interesting. Then I've got like a bit of a kind of have black friends. I'm right now.
Yeah, when we get to their home thing, that was definitely in there. But also, his welcome committee was. It looked like his mum's
Caucasian. So the top 3 moments that they kind of went with at the beginning, so this one came from India and Sam. Number 3 was Casey not picking Claudia, which on Twitter a lot of people had a lot to say. Cynthia. Sorry, that's right. A lot of people had a lot to say about that. They were saying, oh no, not Cynthia. Okay, Siri. Okay. Just don't keep going. Please go away. How do you even get rid of that? Go away. It's still there. So Cynthia, Casey not picking Cynthia. And on Twitter, like, people go nuts because they were saying, look at Sam laughing at a black woman's pain. Just like,
no, it's true.
He described it as brilliant, and it's just like, I think you could have worded that better. I think I understood. To be fair, I understood what he meant in terms of like, it was entertaining and it was a shock moment. Do you know what I mean? But like, he literally was giddy for it, and it was just like, oh, bro, it's giving anti-black. It's giving. I don't care about black women's feelings. However, because I feel like obviously it's TV, we've seen him over the weeks and how he interacts with India. I don't think that is him. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think he just got.
He's excited when he's expressing himself. He can be like that. Like he, and I get it. He's a fan of the show as well. So I wouldn't have read it in those ways. I was more like, I wanted to hear from Cynthia. It was cool that he shot to her, like, yeah, she's there, but give her a little bit of a moment, because there's been a lot of moments with Casey. Like, so she just talk, like, just for a second, that would have been nice.
Yeah, true. Number 2 was Keenan declaring his love for Rosie. I didn't agree with this. I thought this was like a non-moment. Do you know what I mean? And like, I mean, it was a moment, but it wasn't like the top moment.
I get what you're saying. It took me that it was there, but yeah, I definitely get what you're saying.
just
I think it's just the level of like a pie that he received with the
yeah,
yeah. There was other moments really. Tom
yes,
taking off his jacket and throwing it on the floor, I think deserved to be in the top 3 moments.
definitely. Like Olivia and Kai definitely
Yeah,
should be in
yeah.
those moments. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to even think. Like there was a couple, even Zara running upstairs saying that she's sitting on a bad piece of information,
That's a
running
moment.
upstairs. That was a
Yes,
moment. Do
that's a
you,
moment.
do you know what I mean?
Definitely,
There was a
definitely.
few. There was a few. Guys, let us know what your moments would be as well. And then number 1 was Tanya's apology to Shaq in front of Martin. I
Yeah,
kind of, yeah, I would have put that in my list for sure.
yeah, yeah.
For sure, for sure, for sure. I did like that, and it was like Martin was looked a bit shocked in that moment. Yeah, they did do a like a quick pantomime, and he was wearing these Pat Butcher earrings. I was just like, what's? I mean,
Exactly what I wrote.
oh seriously.
Martin in his Pat Butcher earrings. Why? Exactly what I wrote.
I mean, wear what you want to wear, but they were not nice. Do you know what I mean? Like, nothing gets you wearing earrings. You could do what you want, but like, they were not nice earrings. They were just garish, like,
and and,
just.
and weird. Like I could have got
Mm,
it if he had even gone for that style, but maybe it was like emerald. To me, it just felt like attention seeking. I
mm,
didn't see any style behind it other than these are garish and it's going to stand out. And it's
yeah,
like that. I don't see any signatures of style there. So,
yeah, no,
yeah, no,
definitely. And then we started with a Shania interview. So Tanya and Shaq. I think, yeah, Tanya looked amazing. I loved her makeup. I loved her hair. I loved the dress. I thought everything was just on point. I think the yellow really worked. The cut
yeah,
crease on the eyes. Oh my God. It was, yeah, she
no,
really done well,
yeah,
to be
yeah.
honest.
He
I thought
was
she,
like, nobody is mocking me in a wig
mhm,
ever again.
yeah,
That ends now. That ends.
yeah,
So
yeah,
she did well.
yeah.
She did well.
I thought she did. They done like a little kind of like how they done their first date, and I thought they had the best one. We'll talk about the rest, but I thought they had the best one. You know, got breakfast in bed. Like they went to the London Eye.
Yeah.
Tanya was like, "This is the best date ever." I did think I know you're lying because you literally just come from South Africa, so it's not, babe.
And that date she said was the best day of her
Yeah.
life. So can we get some consistency?
Seriously, do you know what's so funny? You know, like I'm not even gonna say the thing because we're another time, but you know that show that I was on. That's where we went as well on our date, like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
To not see, this is the thing, yeah. I know in the grand scheme of all of the date first weeks that they showed us, they had the best,
Mhm.
but because they were first, I wrote, this is the shittest thing you could have done is put them on a date on the London Eye. That is so basic. Those were my notes. But compared to everybody else, it's like at least you guys got something. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You got an actual date. It was
yeah,
serious. And then also as well, the way they were doing up London, like she's never been to London before, it was just like, what is this? Because the way Maya introed it was just like, oh, he's gonna show you around his hometown. No, they done tourist. That's what they
yeah,
done.
yeah.
They done
I
tourist.
thought, where is Shaq from? Was it North
North
or was
London, yeah.
North, isn't it? I
North.
thought it was going to be like that, like in a
Mm,
taxi, maybe going around North London, like
yeah,
local shop, that type of shit.
yeah.
This wasn't, yeah, it was
It
okay. I
was
mean, yeah,
it
she got
weren't
to see
giving me. And then their
Sky
friends
Bar.
meet. Oh, God,
The,
sorry.
that bar that they went to wasn't great though.
No,
The Sky Bar. I was like, there's so much better in London. That was not great at
no,
all.
it wasn't, was it? And the friends meeting and stuff. I mean, they were cute. They were cute, but it did look like the boys were being forced to say, "Hey, yeah, we really like Tanya." And it was just like
I know. And they
this
got
is,
one of her friends to say about Casa Amor as well. I mean, when you was in Casa Amor, we was like, what's going on? It
yeah.
was unnecessary. And Shaq had to talk though. He always has to like step in before Tanya says something.
Yeah, because he was the anchor. Like, I made my decision. I love her. Blah. Um, And then, yeah, what the last bit of the montage, yeah, they were freaking talking about marriage. And I was just like, what the hell? Like, what's wrong with Shaq? Like,
He will
seriously.
marry her next week if
In a
Tanya was on.
heartbeat, isn't it?
Yes, he would.
In a
He would.
heartbeat. Seriously. So yeah, then we went back to the studio. And they had a bit of a chat. Martin was then called onto the stage, and you could feel the tension.
Yeah.
You could feel the tension. And I was just like, this day was gonna come.
I
This
know.
day was gonna come, mate. Seriously. Because what the hell? Like, Martin, you had big talk, yeah. And I said this guy is trash. This guy is trash. Do you know what I mean? You had big talk and you're just on there stuttering. Do you know what I mean? Can't get your words out, backtracking.
He was a letdown because yeah, I watched that podcast and he was being Billy Big Bollocks on there. Absolutely. It was like, this is what I said to Shaq. I told him this. This is why he was crying. Like, now when you're like, I mean, you may not remember, or I would expect you not to say, that's not what you were saying on the podcast.
No. Say it with your chest if that's what you're saying. And the thing is, like, you know what, yeah, you see when someone looks good and they give a side eye. Oh, Tanya, that was just a moment. She was just looking like, boy, what are you trying to say? Go on. Do you know what I mean? Tanya's face, it was just absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. I just thought that definitely they called him out. Do you know what I mean? Like, called him out, like, you know, you're supposed to give an apology. You should come straight and just give me an apology then. No, like, and he was just stuttering the whole time. Like, I was just like, Mark, you don't have the minerals. You're not that guy. Like, relax. Like, you really tried to take them for Egypt. And as I've said before, yeah, if it wasn't for Tanya, he wouldn't have even been in the show. He wouldn't even be on that sofa. Do you know what I mean? And he was so disrespectful, so rude. Like, he properly owes him an apology. And like, if Shaq goes off on him, like in public or whatever, that kind of thing, I don't even mind. I don't even mind.
I think he needs to. He should do his own podcast version of it and get it all out. But the point for me that stood out was when he was like, I'm not going to call out any names. And Maya was like, no, we got time. You can call out. I was like,
that's what we're here for.
We want all of the mess and the smoke.
And he was struggling. He was like, Max, Kai, but I don't think Kai was listening.
To big news about on the outside, I would be able to fuck your girl in all different ways. Like, somebody who's next to you isn't going to be like, hang on, what did he say? Like,
nonsense. Yes, absolute nonsense. I don't rate Martin at all. Yeah. And then we kind of that kind of like died down and we went to, what was it? Zara, Jordan, Tanya, and what's his name? Spencer. So was that I think that was still Maya. And, you know, she was just like, oh, let's get everything off your chest. You know, first of all, it was like Zara and Jordan, they had their little moment about them dating and whatever kind of thing. I still think Zara needs work. Like, I really like her, but like, she needs work. She needs to know how to play this game. But Tanyelle, but this is what I'm saying. Like, Tanyelle, she's lucky her friends were there. That's what I was saying. She's lucky her friends were there hyping her. She called out, you know, Shaq, mainly Shaq and Olivia, for like saying that they convinced, you know, Jordan not to go with her, which they kind of did. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I feel like they had their reasons, but they kind of did. But I was just like, but weren't you supposed to confront Olivia though? What happened to that? Like, you said that you was gonna deal with something. You didn't do that.
It was super lily-livered. Like, you know, I with Tanya though, I can kind of see why I was just like, this isn't the powerful moment. Like, no. you have 1 minute to do something, and you're there waffling on. It was just too much waffle.
Yeah. I'm just
wasn't
thinking
great.
that you can't back it at all. Sorry, do you want to get some comments
Yes,
before
right.
we go
So
into the next one?
I will go over. So I think we have a general consensus on Maya from Sistren and Ashes to Ashes that Maya looks
Mhm.
really good. And then Ashes to Ashes says, well, was it Ashes to Ashes about India? No. So Sistren said, India looked cute, but the outfit wasn't her best look.
Mhm.
And also goes on to say, Martin, he looked a mess. He thinks he is high fashion, but East Street's market stall 4 for £1. Yes, that type of look was the earrings, definitely.
Yeah.
And Sister says, Tanya looks stunning, her makeup, everything beautiful.
Mhm.
And also that Maya was there to tease out all the tea. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was good. It was good.
Yeah. I think in the beginning, at least, she was good at doing that. And then I think like after this point, it just was too uh basic for me. It was too it was too basic. Like I just wanted so much more. So then we got to Tom and Sammy's interview.
Hang on one second. Michael Bodgers just said, you guys didn't like Martin's tribute to Pat Butcher. No.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was an insult. It was an insult.
Whose trousers actually, Martin? Is that a thing? These big, flared, supersized trousers on
Yeah,
men.
yeah. It's a trend. Yeah, it's a trend. So I just don't think I don't know. I just don't think he drops it completely well. I think it's more yeah, it's a trend.
Yeah, no. No.
Yeah, not feeling
Yeah.
it. Not
It
feeling it.
looked like
Not on him anyway.
it looked like a cross between, like the African political suits that
Mm.
like general would wear, but then with an extra long palazzo trouser. It just, I was like, I don't get it flowing together. His top looked political, and then the trousers looked wayward. I just, and then the earrings. I was like, I don't. All of these things together are not flowing in the right.
I didn't get the earrings. Like I think it could work. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a very specific, like, do you know what I mean? That thing. But yeah, nah. It wasn't dropping for me. Maya did mention something about his shoes, but you couldn't see them. They didn't cut to the shoes, so we didn't see what it was supposed to be. And like, if you're going to do something like that, we need to be able to see how it all goes together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In that moment, it was very bold, but for the wrong reasons, I think.
And he didn't back. He didn't back his dress. It's like you've come there looking all different, so then you got to give something, and then you're stuttering. It's like it all didn't.
Yeah.
It weren't his night, really. That's
At
the thing.
all, and good anyway. I hope his 5 minutes of fame is now up. So yeah, Tommy and Sammy interview. My first thoughts was just like, this is the driest interview in life. Their clip was dry, like it was just. And I was thinking, how the hell did Claudia get an invite as well? Like she just got extra airtime for no reason. Like I was just like, no, they're really forcing this, and it's not okay.
Tom and Sammy, like I want better for Sammy. Like she
Yes.
went to Macclesfield FC. They're not
Mhm.
even like Division 1. They're in a northern division.
Oh,
Like
really?
he's basically playing local football. Like this
Yeah,
isn't. No, this isn't great. I was like, this was dry as hell. Like she deserved
really.
more. He should have come to London. That probably would have
Mm.
been more exciting.
Yeah,
Terrible. They were
terrible.
boring. I was disappointed in that actually. It's like
What was
dry.
their day like? It was just dry, really dry. I really, really like when it cut back to the studio and we had Zara, Ellie, and Lydia on the sofa. I really did not like that they put Zara in that category. Like, I'm sorry, but how dare you? And also, as well, the fact that Tom was not asked about him not apologizing to Zara and his angry, aggressive behavior towards her was not addressed. I don't think that's on either. I think that's out of order. Like, you can't go in you can't go in on everybody else, like constantly making Casey the butt of jokes. Like, do you know
Yep.
what I mean? Like
Yep.
constantly going on, like, you know, making Jesse relive everything all the time. And you're telling me you can't ask this man one simple question. Do you know what I
No.
mean? Like, no. And he looked tense. He looked like he wasn't comfortable at all as well. Like when they were on the sofa
Yeah.
too, when Zara was talking, he looks angry, in fact. Do you know what I mean? So
I
it's
feel
just
like
like,
that definitely should have been picked up on, to either just
mm,
be like, "Are you two okay?" Like, just
yeah,
let's, because that ended, and at one stage these two were together and talking about being on the outside.
yeah,
So we should have had clear what took place, the escalation of it. I think
yeah.
that needed to be a moment, and the fact that
Mhm.
it's always been skated over, there is a bit of favoritism to Tom.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Somebody really did want Tom and Samie to win. Definitely.
Yeah,
Somebody on that. And so
yeah.
they kind of left out all of Tom's pass.
Mhm. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was definitely out of order for me. Also Sammy, man, they just weren't great. It weren't great. It weren't banging. The hair weren't banging. Like I was
Oh,
expecting so much more from this girl. We know she can do so much more.
yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like, if that's what it is that you guys are going on looks, bro, then you need to serve every single time. Like you need
Yeah.
to serve every single time because it's just like even like he couldn't even say right like what he Maya asked again like how is it how what do you guys like about each other essentially. Oh, we could be here all night, bro. You're not saying a goddamn thing. That was nothing. It was I would be if I was Sammy, I'd be annoyed.
Sammy needs to actually like drill down on, at least have a couple of sentences that when people ask you this, you can just say.
Yeah,
Just let's come up with a couple of paragraphs.
yeah.
Because yeah, I was disappointed in how she looked as well. I was a bit like, that's a shame. Again,
Mhm.
another moment missed. Like I want more for her. And
Yeah.
maybe it's not Tom and she just needs to move somewhere else. But I think she could be around for a minute. I think she could have a
Mm,
little bit of a career. But yeah,
I think
this was
so.
disappointing. This wasn't their day.
Sammy is likable. I think she's
Yeah.
got that likability factor. I think she can pull it back from the bits that she messed up on or whatever. I think she could pull it back. I feel like she's young enough as well, like kind of thing, to have that grace to be like, oh yeah, I didn't know what I was doing, blah blah blah. I think she could do that, but I don't think Tom actually does her any favors. Do you know
No.
what I mean? Like at all. Like I can definitely see her with someone else, for sure.
Yeah. She could ditch
Um,
him. She could ditch him.
yeah, definitely. And then we had Ron and Lana's interview. Oh my god, again, dry, just dry. Like, I think at that point I went on, I just got up, put some soup on. Do you know what I mean? Because I was just like, I can't, I just don't, I know I don't even have to watch this. Like, I could just listen.
Nothing was said that we have not heard these two say before
Yeah.
about 10 times over. Like
Mhm.
they gave zero. What I will say is their world is super deficient of any type of melanin on any spectrum. I was super surprised that
Mm.
in this day and age, literally two separate families and not a mixed race Asian or black person in sight anywhere. Like that's very interesting.
Well, I'm
But
not surprised.
yeah, I was,
I'm not
boy,
surprised
I
at
was like,
all.
wowness. Like you're still in Essex. You're not like far out or anything.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
yeah, they were black. And the dad wants a career in
TV
media.
role, right? That's what I said. Yeah, Ron's dad is trying to get a TV role,
Yeah.
honestly. And I was just like, this is a piss take. Like they're doing a tour from their dad is really doing a tour from their car, and Lana's in the back. Why are you in there? Why are you there? Just go.
I was literally like, all right, dad, you've had your moment. Like, so if
Mm.
Ron don't know how to drive or Lana can't drive, cool. A cab man, and we can have the camera facing them in the back.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to hear your chitter chatter. That's where he plays football. That's where it. We don't. No, it's
Not at
enough now.
all. It was, yeah, it was actually, the dryness was irritating. It was actually irritating. And the fact they were talking about them going out and then going home in separate cabs, that you cannot convince me that these guys like each other. Like, you can't, like, there's absolutely not. I do not believe it at all. They're not,
from the airport, Lana staying in London in a hotel, and Ron, you're like, I've got to go home. And that makes sense to you. That makes sense. Like, even if you was like, no, I've got to go and see my family, cool. Would you all not go there and then go back to Lana's hotel? Like, either way, this is an arrangement.
This is it. This is it.
Somebody said Ron is not allowed to drive. Okay.
That's okay. That's okay. But like, they could have got someone else. They could have, do you know what I mean? Like, it could have been a moment between those two. They didn't even have to do the driving. No. They didn't have to do that. Do you know what I mean? And what, Lana can't drive? Like, if she can drive, I don't know. But seriously, it doesn't have to be
Ron. There's just going on a walk. Yeah. We didn't need his dad jibber jabbering again.
We actually didn't at all. Yeah, so it was just like, I was just like, we were really watching a tour from a cars. I just didn't like it at all. They had, and then we went to I can't even remember, like, there was a clip of Rosie. So I don't know how Rosie got into the mix. Oh, because Rosie and Ron and that mix up in terms of what was said, and that kind of, I don't know. I don't know.
At the time, I was trying to remember my stance on that, but I did think, I think my stance was that Rosie had blown it up out of proportion.
Yeah, that's what you did say. Yeah.
And I think it was reconfirmed again. Like, he didn't say in the same vim that she reported it back. No. He was actually just responding to what she was saying. I just don't think he was shit staring. I really was like, I don't think Ron cared either way. If you're with Casey or not, I just don't think he was really that invested to even cause any trouble.
I don't know. I'm just like, nah. I don't believe it's as innocent as Ron is making it out to be, or Lana. Do you know what I mean? I think they cut the clip short as well, kind of thing, because he did say something else and they didn't show that. But I do think that, what's her name, Rosie, she took her interpretation wasn't exactly what he said. And in those moments, if you don't say exactly, and you don't say, this was my feeling from it, or this is what I got for in that moment, then of course your whole point can be discredited. And that's what happened to her. Do you know what I mean? Unfortunately. So he may have implied, and that's what he was doing. He was implying that Casey spends a lot of time with the Musketeers. That's what he's saying. So he's not, like, he was implying he should really be spending time with you if he wants to get to know you, but he's really getting in. Do you know what I mean? He's really thingy. That's it.
But that's what she said. He said.
Yes, but that wasn't what he said. That was what he was implying.
Yes, and
so
she like down in this. I was I was like, Rosie, again, these people, when you're going to be like, no, I'm not lying. And then when it comes to, I mean, this was something, we squashed it. No, you could still say, it's cool, we're cool. But that time, this is how I took it. And maintain that. All of this, but it's just not a big deal. You made it a big deal. You went talking to everybody about it weren't that a bigger deal, whatever. Yeah, she was annoying.
Yeah.
I don't like her again.
Oh, serious?
No, she just annoyed me. Even just her face.
Oh,
I was like, oh, you're really jarring. But yeah.
I don't mind her too much. Like, she's just not on my, I don't know, like, I think like Casey is more irritating than Rosie to me, because I just think, Casey, you're blatantly a liar. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've lied so many times, like, it's unbelievable. And you literally took all these girls for idiots. Like, you took all of them for idiots. Seriously. Casey's more than Rosie. I think Rosie just got caught up a bit. But she'll learn her lesson, hopefully. Do you want to grab some comments again?
Okay, so we have Narcissus saying that Ron is not allowed to drive because he's blind in one eye. That's actually, you can still drive if you're blind in one eye, though. I know 2 people who are blind in one eye, and they're both drivers. It may be something else. And then Lizzo says they had an argument, 1 + 1 = 2. This is what they were saying, and they refuted that they had an argument. I think they had an argument. Ashley says, I'm not sure that Lana knows it's an arrangement. Lizzo says, next night they spent together. Okay. And PC says, Ron didn't win, so Lana has no use. Something in that. And Tough Cookie says Rosie needed a storyline. And Lizzo said Rosie sensed that morning that people were not feeling Ron and saw it as her chance to get in the mob by throwing Ron under the bus, and it backfired. I see that.
Fair.
Yeah.
Then we went to the 3 Musketeers, Tom, Will, Casey, and Sam, or as I like to call them, the bland white boy band. Because it was just like, I don't know, at this point I was switching off. I was just like, I can't like
romance with nothing.
Yeah.
Will even hold it together for it to be interesting. That was just a nonsense segment for no reason.
Yeah, it was just weird. And then Kai and Sanam interview again. We had a car tour again, and that was just like, no, Tanya and Shaq Blaney had the best date, like honestly. Yeah, I just did. But the thing is,
food, like they had stuff, like these, like money was spent on Shaq and Tanya for some reason. Everybody else got a shitty tour and a party in a pub.
Yeah.
Right.
It was pretty. I just didn't, I don't know. I just found it so boring. The only good thing I do find like is like Sanam, obviously the first girl, Casa girl to win. I thought that was really cool.
But I right.
They're not really into drama. Okay, yeah, we knew that. Do you have any good points? Because I'm struggling.
All I wrote was, we still ain't seen his black family.
Yes. Oh, yes.
He has a mixed race sister and a white sister. Didn't know that before.
Oh, are they his sisters?
Yeah, they put his sister.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay. I didn't know who they were. I missed that.
That was pretty much it. And again, it was just like, I'm trying to spot black family. I really was looking into the crowd to see, like, I wanted to spot if there was any cousin, something like,
no.
Not really that.
I did think though, do you think, and this is a wild speculation, but do you think like his dad is not involved in because he did mention his dad, and it wasn't like, not his stepdad, he mentioned his dad, like, and it wasn't like, oh, we're distant or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was just like, yeah, that like he's involved. But do you think he's just one of those dads, or like that just thinks like all of this stuff is just Babylon? Like, do you know what I mean? So he just won't.
I'm hoping that's what it is.
Yeah.
I did see there was in other black circles speculation as to if his dad is a negligent dad, like it just hasn't really been in Kai's life, and I hope it more is about the religious factor that he said that his dad is very religious. I'm hoping it's that his dad is religious and is just like, why are you going on TV to spread your business type of thing. So he's not interested. I hope that's what it is.
I just don't know. I just don't. Yeah, I don't know. He didn't. I don't know. He didn't speak negatively on him.
No,
but it's just okay.
It's very absent, isn't
it? It's so like not uncle, not.
That's what I'm saying. I was looking for a cousin.
It's like friends. Like you work at a school. Like it's so strange. I don't know. Well, it's not strange. Obviously, we're from London. We're in a bubble. Do you know what I mean? Like we have like integration here. It's just the norm. So we obviously see a hell of a lot more diversity than people outside of London for sure. But so it's just like it's different. It's different. Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, Tough Cookie T says, why did they not acknowledge that they were the first people of color to win?
It's true. Too many people of color on the sofa.
I would say so, and that's classic ITV.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to point at that because they would be like anybody could win. So you're not
Mm.
going to be the first. So I'm not surprised at that.
Mm-hmm.
And Life of Bosch says Kai tricked you into believing he has a Caribbean side to secure the black vote. I don't know. And Tough Cookie
He was
Tea, like they didn't acknowledge their ethnicity at all. Yeah,
Mm.
Asher says he referenced his dad being religious too. So that could be it. And the Life of Bosch says not a single ninja friend. Not that we saw.
Not one. Not that we saw. Because even when he was when it first started, he was driving, like it was like he was just like, oh, like the guy that one of my best friends that taught me how to cut hair and stuff. So I was thinking, oh, he's got a barbershop. He's got a barbershop. I was excited, and they just drove past.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was hilarious.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yes.
no. Then
It was lacking. It was lacking. It was lacking. Sanam was still cute. Like she always just was like cute vibes. But
she was cute, boring,
yeah,
but cute.
yeah.
Olivia, they showed the clip of Kai and Olivia getting into it after she came back from Casa with Max. And Olivia's line was, yeah, I don't recognize myself. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I just thought, whew, you've been through the PR machine. Like,
Olivia and Max were dry, bland.
mm-hmm.
Oh, even when you're like, she doesn't actually even deserve the villain status that we all had afforded her at this point in time. Like, you're at this. She's given nothing. Like literally, I don't even know what I was saying. Really? Because you kept on talking about that dude for days afterwards. Nah, they were annoying. And I wanted Maya to push her more and show more clips of being a bitch. I think she's got away with this scot-free, really.
Yeah, she has. She absolutely has. And it just wasn't, yeah, do you know what I mean? They could have gone, they could have gone deeper on her, but they didn't. In terms of Niger Malcolm, yes, Kai is mixed race. But we just didn't see any of the black family apart from one of his sisters. But yeah, no one else. The winner of the shadiest moment was Casey thinking that Jessie was fake, which I thought was brilliant. Not Tanya for once. So, that was good.
I think he deserved it, actually, because that was such a blatant lie. It was great that, he deserved it.
Yeah.
That was fair.
Yeah, and then we had, I guess, like Olivia, Max, Jessie, and Will on the sofa at the same time. Jessie's, moving to the UK, staying with her family, then moving to London. There were just no deep questions for Olivia and Max at all. Did Max even speak? I don't remember him speaking.
At the beginning, he said, we're just taking our time. We're moving in the right direction, our boyfriend and girlfriend. And yeah, we're just liking life. Dead.
Just liking life,
Dead chat. Like, he gives nothing as well. And Olivia was just, again, we like the pace that we're going at. Great.
They're not staying together. They're just not staying together at all. She's just dry. Like I just think it's ridiculous the way that she's got away with how she was. Absolutely ridiculous. I just, there was just so many things that needed to be addressed.
Yes.
Yeah.
A conversation with Olivia, instead of us getting Olivia and Max and Jessie and Will for dead chat, it should have been Olivia, Jessie, and Zara.
Yep.
And Danielle. And let's talk. What took place? Who has any grievances? What do we want to say? Even if when they're all sitting there on the sofa, they're all like, no, we're cool now. I still would have liked to have seen that.
I would have also liked to see like questions around like, you know, the girls were not as popular this year. Why do you think
Yes,
that is? What
exactly.
moments do you think that stood out that made you unpopular? Do you know what I mean? Do you know about this phenomenon called girl gangs? Like, do you know what I mean? How
Like,
did
you know,
things change after Olivia left?
yes.
Like,
Absolutely.
seriously.
Yeah, that all needed to be discussed. The accountability, like
Mm-hmm.
actually just shunning things to one side and being like delusional to each other. Like, just
Yeah,
there were so many points that were like, no, we could talk about this instead of having dead moments, talking about a bromance. Who
yeah.
gives a shit about the Three Musketeers? Let's talk about what was going on with the girls in there.
Yeah, definitely. We needed because this was literally the worst set of girls like
Yeah,
that we've ever had. Like, I don't think that in the history of Love Island that people have been rooting for the boys more than the girls, like at all.
yeah,
That
I
was
don't
something
think so.
to actually address and talk about because it's an
Yeah,
interesting phenomenon, like where we are in culture at the moment, what is affecting it, like why are people responding to them in this way, you know? Um
and
and
where's the friendships? Because usually you get like a set of best friends that come out. Usually,
yeah,
like Millie and Chloe, Liberty
yeah,
and Kat. What,
yeah.
who's doing that this year? I swear, there's nobody that's like, oh, we're proper friends, we're brethren. Like, I can't see
Maybe
that taking place.
Sammy and Claudia by the looks of it, it seems. But
Ooh,
even
maybe.
that would seem forced.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it was just like, nah, she's got off scot free, um, out of order, to be honest. But when they did do the montage, I was just like, oh my god, we've actually gone through all of this. Like, we've seen all these moments. We've been there watching, analyzing, reporting, recapping, all of that. It was actually kind of cool. It was actually kind of cool. And I just loved the moment with like Maya, Sam, and India at the end as well, kind of thing. Like,
yeah,
seriously. Yes,
yeah.
Monica, movie night when Olivia was shown chatting behind the girl's back. Yes, let's address that properly. Seriously.
Never resurfaced again, other than on her show when she came out, and it was we spoke about it. That's why nothing happened.
Yeah.
But we also didn't see that speaking to about that you did with the girls. So now let's have that moment again, even if
Yeah.
they say we spoke about it. Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. Yeah, I think earlier on somebody said she was protected. Definitely, yeah,
Yeah.
tough cookie too. She was, but we needed more because you can't keep on reeling out Casey to the Lions and you're not doing Olivia.
Najee. Najee. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't pronounce that properly. Thank you so much.
No, it's
Najee
not.
says the entire class was deplorable. However, the women took the edge because of the blatant hypocrisy.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree. I agree.
I don't
It was
miss
an
that, but
interesting, an
yeah.
interesting mix of people for 1 year. I mean, I know there's loads of people that are saying this is the worst year so far.
Mm.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
It had moments of drama, but those moments, like the whole Tanya Shaq, that was so unexpected in terms of
Yeah,
how that all unfolded. Like, that is outstanding. Like,
yeah,
in terms of
yeah.
how that was being. And actually seeing how, what do you call it? What is the term for it? I don't even know what the term is. But seeing how like favoritism works, do you know what I mean? Popularity works through Olivia. I think that was like, I don't think we've seen like that before. How
Oh,
she was
okay.
controlling, like being the queen
Right.
bee, like
Yes.
not like that. Like we have had queen bees before, or like forced ones at least. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think Gemma was trying to be the queen bee. It was so odd because it's just like, you're a child. But
Yeah, she literally was the youngest person in the house. But yeah, Gemma probably may have been the first to carry that
mm,
kind of influence. Yeah, I get that. The house was, yeah, they were heavily influenced.
yeah,
That we couldn't see the thread as to why they would like follow
yeah,
Olivia. It seemed like, why? What's her sway?
That was true. Yeah, you didn't see the reasoning or like behind it. Like it wasn't. It was kind of like, oh, this just is, and I'm just like, nah, this seems so. It can't be. I think Amber was like a queen bee as well, but like in a more kind of likable way. Like they liked, you know what I mean? Like I don't think because she stood up for people, right? She spoke. Her and Anna. Anna was like her great support, and she spoke up for people who were unable to speak up for themselves in the moment. Do you know what I mean? So that's like, it made sense why people held her into, and then she was blatantly disrespected. It just made a lot of sense. But Olivia's one, it don't make no sense, man.
Tough Cookie T says they didn't even address the gaslighting with the men. Nah, loads of bits that they could have gone into that would have been really more interesting, like social dynamic ways. They really didn't. That we would have got a little bit more out of people instead of like just that for no reason. I mean, it was funny that Jessie had lost her voice. That was jokes.
You know, she'd be talking for a mile a minute, and she not. Funny. Yeah. No, it was good. It was good.
What else? So Kai and Sanam saying that they are probably going to start up some type of passion project.
Oh, yes.
I thought that was cute, kind of to be expected from them. At that moment, I was thinking they were going to say, "Oh, we're going to give our 50 grand to charity."
Exactly. And when they didn't, I was just like, Of course you're not, because you know how much a teacher gets paid at the moment, and a social worker, you're going to need to hold on to that because cost of living crisis right now. Do you know what I mean? Let's not do all this big talk. I know it seems. I mean,
I was hoping that they weren't going to be like, we're going to give this money to, like, you know, Great Ormond Street or something quite cliche like that. I was glad that they said they're going to put it towards something that they're working on. I was like, that's great, that's good.
Only if it makes sense though, because I just think like sometimes with these things, like you spend a lot of money actually putting these things together, and then because your fame is fleeting, it just doesn't last. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes it's always better to just go with existing organizations that just don't have as much publicity. Do you know what I mean? Like things like Sister Space, for example. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know about like child focused ones in particular that I can potentially trust, but like, do you know what I mean? But like, there's something more obscure you can help people at least. But bloody hell,
probably loads. Even just setting up some type of a breakfast club that can really help the community dramatically. You don't need to, it's those things, you know, big institutions, again, like Great Ormond Street, they get a lot of money from lots of different people, and it's very easy to pull their name out, especially if you're put on the spot, like, what are you going to do with it? I don't think I don't feel like it's a fair question to ask either, actually, like what somebody's going to do with their winnings. Like, you just don't know.
Oh no, I don't mind. This is cute. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna go on a holiday, like, or you don't know, or you're just excited. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's because people dream about it. Like, that's a moment where you could be like, oh, what would I do? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's I don't feel like it's a massive.
I feel like it opens you up to so much internet judgment as to what you are going to do with it. They answered it in a very good way. I was like, that's an excellent way to just say, we're going to put it towards
this. PR to me though. I just didn't. They've been through the machine as well.
Like a wash cycle, in it. They all go.
Christabel says, I personally thought the reunion was better than last year. I actually don't remember the reunion last year, so I don't know. But like, I'll take the word
watched it. I don't think I watched last year.
I don't think I was into After Sun in general as much as this year.
No. You know what? We didn't. I think we kind of used to watch it a bit, but it wasn't a constant. This year we've been dedicated. We have watched every single show.
Yes.
That's a lot of hours.
It's a lot of hours. I'm going to calculate it, mate. I'll bring it up in our next team meeting, mate.
It's a lot of hours that we have handed over to Love Island, and no, it's been great doing it with you guys as well. Like, honestly, there's so many of you that are always in the comments that it's like, you know, you keep us going as well, and looking forward to seeing you guys. It wasn't hard. I had forgotten about today's show, but it didn't feel like anything because a lot of people that are commenting, it's like I knew that you'd be commenting, and it was a way to see you guys as well. So yeah, it's been fun. Okay,
it's been good. So roll on the summer one. We're committing to that now.
yes. We will be back for the summer one. They've announced Davina McCall was going to be the host for the middle-aged Love Island as well.
Is that happening?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It's got a working title. Oh, I can't remember what it was. It was something like Life on a Retreat, or so. It's got a really shitty title, which they're saying is the working title. So that means that it's probably going to change, and I hope it does change. But yeah, Davina McCall has been.
Why isn't it just Love Island? Big people.
Big people Love Island. It's probably got something to do with their franchise.
Yeah, but it should be part of the franchise.
Definitely should.
You know what I mean? They can't just give it another name. Who's gonna watch it? And it has to be the same. Do you know what I mean? It has to be the same. Anyway, that's just my gripe. But we should have some more things come in. We're still working out the bits. You know, we've got some great ideas from you guys about doing like review shows and stuff. So we should have some more bits come in. But yeah, I think we'll see what Big Brother is saying as well when that comes out too. But we'll definitely be back for Love Island. And obviously you can catch our weekly show as well every week, usually out on a Tuesday evening. But obviously if you're subscribed, then you'll get that notification as soon as it's posted.
Exactly.
Yeah, and follow us on socials, follow us on our Instagram and our TikTok, and our Twitter as well. Just search Your Aunties Could Never. And thanks guys.
Thank you so much for joining us, being on this ride. It's like 2 months, a little bit more. And that's been almost every day that a lot of you have been with us, especially Ashes to Ashes, Life of Budge, Peace Styles, like Sistrin.
Yeah,
almost every day you've like tuned in with us. So this has been great. Yes, Tough Cookie Tea.
Yeah.
And the ones that have like come in, thank you for joining us. Anybody watching now, please, and everybody watching, please like this video so that it helps the algorithm, pushes us out to more people, and also subscribe to the channel, because obviously it's like numbers matter. The more people that subscribe, the more opportunities that come our way, and the more time we can spend making content and also being in the same building like we was for the final when me and
last week. Yes.
Last week. It's like we can. I know it feels like it was time ago. It's only because the show, we had the show. My mind is all a scramble because we had our live show celebrating our 3rd year anniversary, and that was brilliant. So yes, we want to do more content, and we can't do it without an audience. So we kind of need you guys, please.
Yes,
we will entertain.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Appreciate you so much.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about quickly before we go, or should we go? Now should we do it? Anything?
Anything about random topic? Thanks for your dedication, Aunties. You're welcome. You're welcome, Ashes.
Yes.
Seriously. And okay. I think that's up today.
Yeah, Sunday the 19th. Okay, tomorrow is the first day of spring, people. So enjoy the change. And we will see you soon. Probably we'll be back for a weekly with Succession. So
that's coming. If you're into that. Also, guys, sorry. The TV guys, please watch Swarm, please, on Amazon Prime. If people need recommendations, It's so good. Like, I really like it. I'm gonna watch it again
Oh,
because I want to.
serious?
Yeah, it's good. It's
Okay.
good. Like, if you're
What?
into like
What is it?
I think everyone knows, what do you call it? What is it called? It's based on Beyonce fans. It's kind of like a take on Extreme fans. And
What?
also it's made by Donald Glover. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't even speak. And like obviously Atlanta, like that kind of there's elements of that kind of style is very good, especially I think if you're into like crime shows as well, like episode 6, I think 5 or 6 is very good. Oh, PC, you tried, you didn't like it.
Oh, I'm gonna give this a try because
Yeah,
I loved Atlanta. Like
yeah,
it, and have watched the seasons like quite a few times. So again,
okay.
like season 1, I can say the words with the actors. I've watched it that
Oh
many times.
really? Wow, 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 wow,
Yeah.
wow.
I'm a bit like when I get into it, like it can fill in time, especially when I was sewing. A lot
Yes.
of media could be consumed mindlessly. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right, I'll watch this. I'll watch this tomorrow when I'm editing. That's cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
I really liked it. And I don't really like squeamish either. It's a little bit squeamish for me, but I think it was it's slow. You know what? It does pick up. It does pick up, but it is a
Okay.
bit like at some point, and I need a season 2. I need answers, yeah, because there's parts that are just wild. Like,
Oh,
and people are mad.
all right. I'll watch it. So maybe then, because
Because some of
Forest
it is based on true stories, right? That's the other thing. Some
let's
of it's
discuss it
actually
in our
based
main
on true.
show as well.
Yeah, it's true
Yeah.
story. So it's like taking elements that what has happened in real life and like obviously creative this story. So once you've got that in your mind, it's just like people are crazy. Not all of it's true, obviously, but they're wild. So yeah, that's my
Cool.
recommendation for you guys.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Actually, as part of the community tab, especially if there's something new that we're
Mhm.
gonna watch or you're watching, yeah, just fire it over and I'll add it and be like, guys, let's watch this. And then
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool.
if
Cool.
enough people are on it and they've watched it, then we'll do a live and discuss it.
Yeah.
That'll be there we go.
Cool. All right, chick.
Lovely.
Oh,
Okay.
guys.
Good night, guys.
See you
Or
later.
afternoon, or whatever time you're
Oh,
consuming
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. It's true, isn't it?
Bye
Until we
bye.
see you again. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Farewell.